fucking. So if it wasn't for social
media?
So yeah, it's networking. You all know how many crazy people are out there.
I think about that if it wasn't for Social Security.
Yeah, Social Security, fucking shit.
Oh shit.
No, it's crazy though. We're late.
No, we're good. We're good. We're crazy like Pop-Tarts, James.
Here, I'll put my theme as black and white, just like the movie.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you say that because I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, when I put this episode out, should I make it in black and white, or should I just make it in color?
That shit would drive me nuts.
Yeah, it would.
Like, I don't mind watching a movie, but seeing myself black and white, I start questioning like, what's wrong with my fucking computer? I'll start hitting it, start going in the settings and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
One of my cards are out. What's going on here? Look at Aaron open up a fresh bottle of Snoop Doggy Dog.
There he is.
5 people. So why don't we just start off with what we're drinking? And as James let the cat out the bag or the dog out the bow wow, Snoop Dogg wine again.
I gotta try it, man. I'm so curious, man. You keep getting this shit.
I'm curious too. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by the New York Rangers game on my phone, checking the score. So, and they just scored again, so they're up 4-0. Big hockey fan, so
wow, people score in hockey.
I know, really.
Jesus Christ. But so Aaron got the Snoop Doggy Dog. So I got mine's. Let me get mine out of the way because it's a little detailed. So, past few weeks since I had this bottle of Screwball peanut butter whiskey, I'm like, I don't know what to fucking put it in. So they have a website, Wet Recipes. I found one that has chocolate milk. You pour iced coffee in it, then you pour the whiskey in it, and you mix it, and it turns into this.
How is it?
It's good. It basically tastes like still coffee, just thicker. So it's like a extra syrup mocha coffee.
Got it.
With a hint of peanut butter. So that's what I'm drinking, people. Until I find something that I don't have to be a fucking bartender to make.
Vodka.
There's nothing wrong with vodka.
That's what I'm doing.
he likes to hit the hard shit.
All right.
Well, you know, but I don't drink a lot of it. So
Gotcha.
So I'm rolling with some Common Roots original concept New England IPA, upstate New York. I like to highlight a lot of New York breweries since that's what my original podcast, Stories from a Bar, is based on, pretty much. And my cracked popcorn and pint glass, which doesn't leak at least, so I can still use it. I'm very happy about that because I'm the asshole that broke his glass first. So
yeah, and he thought it was gonna be me.
I did.
wrong again, white man.
White devil.
So shout out to Common Roots Brewing.
But how'd you even break it? Like, did you like put it somewhere or drop it a little bit?
No, man. I had it in my hand as I was going to put it in the cupboard, and I don't know. I just accidentally closed the cupboard door on it.
Oh.
I hit it with the cupboard door, and it just cracked a little.
Like, not my glass. I just got this.
Like, son of a bitch.
I would be more pissed at that than like my wife's favorite cup at the time, just because it was new. Until I remember that.
My girlfriend was like, I can't believe I'm the one that didn't do that.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta
Hey,
forgive
but like
them,
I said, it doesn't leak. It's not a huge crack, so I can still use it.
All right. until it dies.
Come on, Ibrahim. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, what am I having?
Yes, sir.
It's just vodka.
Straight up vodka.
Nice.
That's how he rolls.
Yeah, right.
That's how I roll.
Him and his fresh haircut.
Yeah.
Yes, he does have a haircut.
Magically just cut itself.
Yeah.
No one else did it for me.
I get the COVID cuts.
Yeah.
It's myself in my bathroom.
I do that. I've been doing that every other haircut, pretty much. Like, I can handle shaving the sides and back, but I can't control the top, and I'm certainly not going to let my girlfriend do that.
It's got to be a pretty bad time for a barber, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're either like totally screwed, or you're just like doing it on the down low.
Mm.
And you know people are getting caught, and they're
Well, the barbers are open where we are.
Oh, yeah.
they're not open.
They got face shields. Tattoo places are open. They got face shields and all safety shit.
Dude, I've got got 2 gift cards for tattoos that I've been saving up. I'm
Me
like,
too.
I'm like, as much as I want to get tattooed again, I don't want to sit there for hours on end in a chair with my face mask on. And like, it's already uncomfortable. Like, I don't mind the pain of getting tattooed, but I don't want the added discomfort of wearing the face mask. Not that I don't wear a face mask when I go out. I believe that's incredibly important, but still.
No, I see what you're saying. I get it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 cards too in my wallet. I got to finish my tattoo, and I'm like, I'll just wait.
Yeah, just wait. Wait like 4 or 5 months or whatever.
Or, 4 or 5 years.
I think realistically, by the end of this year, there'll be enough vaccines out where at least stuff will start to loosen up.
Mm.
Well, I mean, the masks aren't going anywhere for at least another year, I think.
Yeah.
We're working to try to actually eliminate this disease on a, global scale. Even after the vaccines are being rolled out, we still have to keep the mask going.
Yeah.
For a while. And if you're not out there not wearing a mask thinking it infringes upon your freedom, fuck you. Yeah. That's all I want to say. It's at most an inconvenience. It's not going against your fucking liberties as a person. You're a moron if you think that.
It's kind of weird. Why do you want to have the freedom to get COVID?
I know, really. Why do you want to increase your chance to get sick? Like who enjoys having the fucking flu when they get it? I mean, come on.
No, it's
because it's the same thing.
People don't get it, man.
How a teenager starts rebelling against their parents. Don't tell me what to do. It's my body. I'll do what I fucking want.
Exactly.
I'll get my belly button pierced.
You have this argument with your parents, James?
Yeah. That was my first because I watched a lot of movies that had belly dance, and I was like, I want to learn that.
Outie or innie? I think that's the question here.
Yeah. What about? I don't know.
I'm an innie.
Yeah, it's innie. Yeah, it's innie.
Mm-hmm. Innie.
I hide stuff in there.
A lot of cotton.
Weird. Fast.
A lot of cotton in there.
Oh, by the way, what movie are we doing again, guys?
Yeah.
Like, why are we here? What are we doing?
Yeah, damn, we're 10 minutes deep, and we're like, nobody mentioned the movie yet. Oh, God, all right.
Oh, the movie is called Chris. Go ahead.
Les Trou?
Let's everybody get their version and see if anybody puts a comment if we're saying it right.
My initial thought was Les Trou, but then it's also like the first half of the word trouble. So I'm like, is it Les Trou? I don't know how the French pronounce it. It's a French crime film. It is. And it's all in French with English subtitles. So how else does everyone else pronounce this?
I'm going to go Le Two.
Le Two.
I think you don't hear the R. I think the R is going. Yeah, Le Two. Yeah, Le Two.
Like you're spitting.
Yeah, because holes are bad. The hole. So you're like, Le Two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta be really French about it when you say it.
The English translation is the hole. So
it is the hole. Prison. That's what you call the hole.
We should probably specify that it means prison.
Yeah. It's like when someone says I was in the hole. Yeah. Actually, it's not even about that though. It's actually literally about a hole they're digging.
A hole they're digging.
Yeah. But
not in a sexual manner. It is
sexual.
So I think I'm the only one who's seen this movie, right? Or no one else has seen this movie.
Until yesterday. First time.
And it was as we were discussing before we started recording, it was a pain in the ass to try to find to watch.
Was it 1960?
1960
black and white movie. Couldn't find this damn thing.
So Chris had to find it on the Criterion channel there.
Yeah, I did a Google search. I just assume I can find everything on Amazon these days, and this was not on Amazon to stream because it was region locked because it's an actual French movie, like born and made in France. They had DVDs you could buy, but I'm like, this will never happen in time. So I did a search and I came across the Criterion channel. So I had to sign up for a free 2-week trial and then canceled it immediately before I got charged $11. So I guess we'll find out in 2 weeks whether or not that actually worked.
$11.
I got
some good stuff though.
I got my cancellation email, so I don't expect to see an $11 monthly charge.
Until the wheel spins, the next one is another one Ibrahim puts on 1960. You're like, damn it.
Yeah. Ibrahim owes me $11 a month because of his weird ass movie selections.
Yeah. You guys will be happy though when we spin on like a John Woo film and it's like it's crazy action movie. Then you'll like that movie.
But can we all get a cheers?
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
Super happy Ibrahim's glass made it to the West Coast. That's nice to see.
Yeah. Didn't get broken. It was in like 6 different packages.
My wife put that in like it was like in a bomb shelter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a nuke will go off and won't touch that glass. No, because I got family who is in the delivery service, and I heard the stories. It don't matter if it says fragile on it. If they grab it, it gets thrown in the back of their truck.
No, I had I posted a lot of. I had one beer glass that was from Brown's Brewing in Troy, and I used that a lot. So when I post pictures of beer, you would see the Brown's logo on it. One of the brewers messaged me and said, "Hey man, thanks for posting so many pictures of this glass. Love to send you some new stuff." So he sent me some new glasses, and they were wrapped super tight in bubble wrap and everything like that. I'm like, I can't believe these didn't break. That's awesome.
That's gotta be careful, man. Especially if it was local, like in New York somewhere, we can go overboard. But we're like, yo, this shit's going to California, so we gotta make sure it's gonna fucking survive to travel.
It was getting knocked around.
Note real quick what Chris just said. How the place hooked them up with some free new glasses. We're not opposed to that either. If you want us to drink out of your glass with your logo on it, send us some glass and something to drink.
Hey, by the way, another shout out to Uptown Beverage on Altamont Ave, Schenectady, because that's where I picked up this guy, this 4-pack, just like last week. So shout out to them. Great selection. They're not a sponsor. Perhaps they can be.
They definitely can be.
And we are, of course, always looking for sponsors. Doesn't necessarily matter what the material related product is.
No, it doesn't.
Shoot us a message. We'll be happy to chat.
Hell yeah. Hell yes.
We can be bought and the price is low. So
Low.
Not too low, but we'll talk.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, what'd you guys think of this movie?
I liked it.
That have not seen it.
I liked it.
This was good. Hey, before we get into details, you guys want to throw off any ratings right off the bat?
Oh, okay.
Good thinking, Chris. Yes. So what are we gonna call these ratings?
For me, the holes. How many
holes?
How many truths?
How many
truths
truths
out of 10?
Movie?
How many truths out of 10?
I'm like, twos.
You want me to go first?
Go.
You want to?
I'm gonna give it 8 truths out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. Like it brought, and I know it's a way different type of genre, but just back in the day, watching like one show that pops up like Bewitched, I Love Lucy, The Munsters. We're watching those shows in black and white. It brought me back to that feeling of watching those shows, just as a kid watching those type of shows, and I loved them. And even watching like the little crime shows that were in black and white and all that. That's what this brought me back to. And even like the way how they switched scenes in the show, like that's how I felt like I was watching like a series, but it actually fucking worked. Like the last couple of movies me and James reviewed, they both felt like series. One of them was fucking terrible. The Fog remake, fucking bullshit. And I had a great time with this freaking movie. Oh, I love this. I really thank you for picking this movie. That's how much of a great time I've had with this movie.
I saw The Fog a long time ago, and I've read the Stephen King Dark Tower series books. Mm-hmm. There's a connection between the Dark Tower books and literally everything else he's written or the movies that made. Like that Fog is part of the Dark Tower series that rolls into
probably the original Fog though, right? From I believe it came out in the 80s.
What's it? The original? No, I think it's 1950.
50?
I think so.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I don't remember.
I mean, that's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's a whole different podcast.
But that was just a side note.
Yeah. So what's your rating? How many little twos are you giving this movie?
You know what? I'm going to give it a 7 Latus.
Nice.
I was interested. It's been a long time since I've watched a movie with subtitles, and so I had to certainly focus on this movie more than recent ones we've watched, like fucking Freddy Got Fingered. But I got invested. I thought it could have certainly been shorter. That's for sure. Like I thought, just some of the scenes seemed like they dragged on, and I'm sure we'll touch on that, especially when it came to them just digging the whole fucking hole.
I'm like, really quick, that's one thing I liked about it.
Really,
yeah.
Because I was looking to just fast forward a little bit. I'm like,
like when are they done with this fucking hole?
Yeah, I know. Can we get back to some dialogue and some story progression here? But no, it was definitely interesting to see, and it had my attention. It being in a foreign language certainly didn't take anything away from me. I was still just as entertained. In fact, I think that added a little more to it because I was in the back of my mind. I'm trying to place what French words mean what. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm trying to
And you
learn
can kind of
French.
like
as I'm,
map
yeah.
it, like, that means that. Okay.
And when the subtitles didn't come up, but they spoke a French phrase, I'm like, so that means that, I assume? It made me think more than most movies. But yeah, I'm going with the 7 Lehus, Trous, however you want to say it.
I'm gonna go with 9 Latus. I like subtitle movies.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a lot of anime, so I'm used to subtitles. So, and I like Aaron said, I like how they showed like it was realistic, like in time, like you're live, like you're watching these, like you're in the corner just watching these dudes. You're like, damn, that rock is hard. Like you fucking, they switch out. They're like, your turn.
Yeah.
And it's like realistic shit because that would really happen. You're not gonna have the one dude where it says 6 hours later, it's the same dude, and he gets up at 9 and swings. He's like, we're through. No, it's not. It's like real life shit. And it's based on a real true story of that one dude in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's another reason I really enjoyed it. It is based on a true story.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that went with it. Based on a true story, it felt real, like real time. Subtitles didn't bother me. I like subtitles. The black and white didn't bother me. And I think it was a really good version of a Prison Break movie. I really, if you're into Prison Break movies, like all that movies are taking place in prisons, trying to escape and all that shit. I thought this held up. This was really good, detailed. So I gave it a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for me, this is one of my favorite movies like ever. And like on my latest list, it was like number 54 out of 100. So like for me, this is 10. This is a 10 out of 10. 10 trues out of 10. So yeah, I really like this film. I just think it's like really, really well done. The suspense is really like you're always just like, man, I can't, like, are they gonna get caught? What's gonna happen? Because like when they're bashing this shit and it's hella loud and you're like, dude, are they gonna get, are the cops gonna like just bust in on them? And then it just gets more and more complicated, and like they dig through this thing, and that's not even the end. Now they're in this basically a maze of tunnels in the sewer, and then they gotta like do all this stuff, but they're really smart about it. They're like, oh well, I'm gonna make a key. We're gonna figure out a place where we can dig our way out, but we have to dig in a way where there's less resistance, but it's gonna take more time. And it's just like all the complications are just really, really well done, I thought.
Yeah.
And especially for a movie that's basically 4 guys in a room, it's like amazing. Yeah, it's like 5 guys in a room. That's
we don't count the traitor.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you know what? I had no reason to believe he was gonna turn heel like that until the very end, and even then, I'm like, is he really? Like up until it actually happened, I didn't necessarily think it was gonna happen. That he had ratted them out.
That got me too. Yeah,
because they made you believe from when he talked to the warden and went back to his cell. They made you believe that it wasn't that much time. But the guy was like, "What were you talking to about for 2 hours?"
Yeah. But I mean, even then, their interaction there in the cell.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't necessarily believe that he had given them up, but at the same time, I'm like 2 hours. I'm like, that is a long time.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys real quick. Just because we're talking about the snitch in this scene. So you guys remember when I don't remember the guys' names, but I remember when they get through the tunnel and they climb up the ladder and they peek out the sewer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Would you have left right then? And just said, fuck those guys?
That was my immediate thought. I don't know, man. I think that's a situation you have to be in because you got to have a good bond amongst those, 5 guys in that room to not just hop out of the sewer and hop in a taxi at that point.
Well, they even mentioned it. They were like, the one guy, like, hint at it. He was like, there's a taxi. Like, we could basically go just right bounce.
Now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what was funny is, like, have you guys ever heard of the prisoner's dilemma? Ever heard of that theory? No. Well, it's this, I forget what they call it. It's like, oh, shit. But anyway, so they did all these experiments basically to see how people interact, human beings, like when you put them in certain situations. And the prisoner's dilemma is like, basically, it's like, if you're in a situation where stabbing people in the back is going to help you, you're going to do it, even if it hurts everybody, because you're incentivized to be the one to do it. Because, like, if you don't, then you're going to get screwed over and someone else is going to get ahead. But the worst is, like, everyone screws everyone, but no one gets ahead. Whereas one person could get ahead and everyone else gets screwed. I don't know if that totally made sense, but that's kind of like what that situation is, where if it makes the most sense to do what's right for you and not for the people. But that's kind of why the story is interesting, because, like, they have this camaraderie and this bond where that's more important for them than totally escaping, because they have to totally be in on it with each other. Because if they're not, they wouldn't have made it out. They wouldn't have even gotten to that point if they weren't in on it, because they all needed to be in on it for them to even get that far.
Yeah, they all had their specialties. Like that one dude was the main dudes that went down first with the blonde dude. I forgot their names. But he knew a lot of shit. He knew how to take, like, bolts off and made a freaking crowbar.
That was Roland who introduced.
Yeah, Roland. That's it.
That is he plays himself in the movie, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, different last name in the movie. He had an acting screen name there, but the guy that introduces the movie is saying this is based on my true story. It plays himself in the movie, just a slightly different last name. And he's the one that's kind of devises the plan, even though it doesn't seem like he's the leader of the group. It's that, like, tall, skinnier white guy that is kind of the leader, who I think they call Manu, Manu. Yeah. And no joke, Claude, who is the heel that, eventually rats them out. I kept thinking there was going to be some kind of, like, gay scene between him and Manu, because that's the way it felt. As he was saying how happy he was to have met them and, like, become their friend or something like that.
Well, it is a prison movie. So.
Yeah, exactly. That too.
He was fucking lying. He was lying. Like, oh yeah, I love you guys. You're so good. I gotta meet with the warden and I'll be right back.
I didn't even think, like, was this a long game planned by the warden at the beginning?
It had.
That's what it feels like, right? Like he puts in.
And I didn't have that thought until the end, and everything happens.
That gold lighter that was when the guy was honest about it, that could be very telling to the point of, because you never seen the whole conversation when he talked to the warden. Then the warden pretty much let him go and get his lighter back. So that could have been like, okay, well, we knew whose lighter this was. He was honest about it. Let's see if we can put him in this cell with these people and try to see what the hell's going on with these guys, or whatever the case may be.
No, that's an interesting theory that the warden was able to form an opinion based off that lighter conversation.
And the reason why I say that is because remember when he was going to the wrong cell later in the movie?
Yep.
And the one guy stops him, and the warden just happens to be walking through, and he's talking. He's like, "Yeah, I'm Claude. Remember the gold lighter from blah 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 blah." He's like, "Yeah. Just go back to your room." Like that, I didn't think of it till literally just now when you guys mentioned that, and I'm thinking like that just happened too damn easy. way too fucking easy. But now it's like, okay, so he
So part of the warden's plan, like the warden has suspicion about this cell with 4 guys in it, and found a way to infiltrate with this potential narc.
That or this dude was outside of jail. He was just a super con artist, and he just knew how to con people.
No, he was in jail for. He said he was in there for premeditated murder.
Well, because he's the shotgun. His wife got shot.
Yeah,
in the
and
shoulder.
then
but that could be a con artist thing. He could be lying.
I don't think so, because he eventually got, at the end, he gets sent back to his original cell, or a cell by himself.
Yeah,
so the warden used him, is the point of the movie. He pretended to exchange information that, his wife had dropped the charges against him.
Oh, you think that's all? I see. I was adding to it. I thought he got that dropped, but he still had to do like 5 years. That's why he said I was still going to go with you guys. Maybe the warden was like, "We'll let you out early."
Yeah. Well, there's no indication that, other than the warden saying that, that it actually happened.
Yeah.
Like I have no doubt the warden's using people, to try to get info.
Pawns.
Yeah, as pawns to get info out of prisoners about other prisoners, or things going on that he might not know about that he needs to.
Yeah.
I feel like that could have been laid out better if that was the scheme behind the warden.
There's always a stool pigeon. Always.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Someone who's going to flip. They're too weak.
I didn't like him in the beginning. One of my favorite was the really tall dude, Geo.
With the G.
Yeah, he was like the workhorse.
Yeah, him and the blonde dude. I thought they're like my 2 favorite characters in it. They made the focus like the new pretty boy was like the main character in it, and I didn't even care about him really, because they were doing all the shit. I was like, he's just sitting there getting nice food in his packages from his wife's sister that he cheated on.
Yeah, the mistress.
Yeah.
And it didn't dawn on me at first that that's who the packages were being sent from. I'm like, why the fuck, if it is his wife who has a charge against him, sending him care packages? And then the wife's sister eventually comes to visit him in prison. I'm like, I can't believe I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah. So I got a question for you guys for a movie. I'm going to give my answer first because I don't want Aaron to steal it, because I got a feeling he's going to steal my answer. What is one of your favorite scenes in the movie? So mine is when the fucking plumbers stole their shit and the warden let them come back in, and they slapped the shit out of them. There wasn't even fists. It was like open hand slap.
Yeah.
I
was dying, man. It made me laugh so hard. But that was one of my favorite scenes.
That was a great one. That was the definition of slap fight. Dude, and another part about that made me laugh is like the 2 plumbers were big guys. They were big than any of the guys in that cell. And then they just took it like wusses.
Not only were they both big guys, but they had they came in with a bag of tools.
Yeah.
Like you had
wrenches and shit.
There. And somebody slapped you in the face.
And they just, the one guy's just sitting there literally like it's a cartoon going back and forth.
Back and forth. That's the forward slap first. He did a couple forward slaps. Then the backhand came. Yeah. I lost it. I died right there. I was like, oh, that was great.
Hey, listen, Aaron. When it's a 5-on-2 in prison, tools ain't gonna do shit for you. You're getting your ass beat for stealing my fucking cigarettes. That's what's gonna happen to them.
True. But I'm sure in prison, though, people are actually going to try to fight back. Like, these guys didn't try. They knew they fucked up. They're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
Oh, I
really liked all the scenes where you see them with the mirror on the toothbrush.
Oh,
that shit was so cool. Like, it's so like good visually, like the way that they did that. I thought it was fucking
especially cool. The last scene when there was the whole army of every guard.
I knew someone was going to be standing there when he went to turn that toothbrush again, but I didn't realize. I didn't anticipate, an army of guards standing there.
Every fucking prison guard.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man.
Every single one of them.
One of the things that I think really added to the suspense of the movie, there is no music in this movie.
Yeah.
None. There's no score.
Not needed.
No. And I didn't pick up on that literally until the 2 guys, the first time they break through and are into like the underground there, walking through the tunnels. I'm like, it's fucking silent. I don't remember hearing any music, and it adds to the suspense.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you my favorite part real quick. Honestly, a lot of the scenes where they're just walking in the sewer, I just liked it because it was just like, well, for one, it made me think of Ninja Turtles. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, but that was the first thing I thought of. But no, but it just like the way it looked, the scene, it just looked beautiful. It looked perfect, and I like just how I like when they first, matter of fact, when they're first busting through that wall,
concrete.
He sticks his hand through. Then he squeezes through, and the other guy squeezes through, and he hands him his jacket. Like that, from that on, the sewer, all the way up to when when they're walking in the sewer and they come up and hit the manhole and they're looking out. That was an awesome scene, and I really thought, that's why I asked you guys earlier if you guys would have left in that situation. I really thought that those two were just going to leave. I thought they were either going to leave or go back and get the other guys and say, let's just go now.
Well, I mean, I certainly can't speak from experience, but I suspect if you're in prison, you're in a tight room with these. With other people, you form some kind of bond, whether you intended to or not. So I feel like there's probably a sense of duty amongst them to
almost like a brotherhood.
Yeah, like a brotherhood to not dick each other over. The one thing, I mean, one of the big aspects of the movie that stuck out to me is the fact that there's no, common uniform or anything like that amongst the prisoners.
Oh, they're like regular street clothes.
Yeah, they're basically in their regular street clothes. The entire
the dude had like a bomber jacket.
Yeah,
like
jackets were cool.
Yeah, other than the guards, there's no uniform with anybody.
Yeah. This is a French prison in the '60s, so it's probably a little bit different.
Let me ask you this: the film was made in 1960, but it's based on a story that happened in like 1947.
Yeah, 47. Yeah.
So, is it a '60s film about a '40s story? So is it really the 1940s we're watching?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Or is it 1960? I suspect not that the film itself is meant to portray 1947 when this actually happened.
Yeah. Yeah. You see how that shit works? If it was detailed like how it really is, so everything they eat tastes like soap. That motherfucker used the same knife to go through the boxes and cut everything open.
Oh, yeah.
Very unsanitary. I'm surprised they were all still alive.
Well, no, the soap cleaned it. Cutting through the big block of soap.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. It's the soap, it's the food, it's him putting his hands on every fucking thing, like touching everything, and like damn knife.
Well, you gotta think in prison where you see the soup they got. They're like, yo, this shit is trash. You're gonna eat that, all their good stuff. And then you're gonna say, fuck that.
On top of that, they shared when they in the cells, they shared the food, like the bread and all the stuff they got. You had the one guy holding the whole thing of bread in his hand, just cutting it with the knife and then ripping it off and passing it around. Like
no, it was like they were a little family.
Yes.
So,
but we don't. If I'm not mistaken, we don't know how long they've been in there already. I know they were 10 years possibly. And we don't know how long those four guys were together to build that specific bond, because I feel like they had to be together for at least maybe a couple of years. And I'm saying that because they had this plan of escaping together, and I'm sure prisoners would want to escape, but you're not going to just have that conversation with just anybody until you build like that.
No, they were clearly familiar with each other for an extended period of time before the new guy, Claude, comes in. And, they have the looks amongst themselves and agreements that, okay, we'll tell this guy what's happening and let him in on it. Mm-hmm. So, and the reason they're, of course, planning to escape is because they're all facing extensive sentences up to death, decades to death. That's why they're trying to escape.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they even said it, and they're like, when the dude's like, they're talking to him, you look at him, he's like, you don't have to tell him. So basically, it's like to let them what they did on the outside. So you don't have to tell your life. Like, you're in here, you're different. You don't have to tell your outside shit. So
yeah.
But he did anyways. He let them know. But everybody else is like, I didn't know what the other dudes did on the outside. Like, what the hell did you do?
Yeah, only Claude. That's the only real story you learn.
What's his last name? Gaspard.
Gaspard.
I don't know. Claude Gaspard.
Not like that, yeah.
Yeah. If you can't roll your tongue, you certainly can't pronounce his name.
But yeah, that dude was a lion rat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew just how he dressed, pretty boy looking bastard.
No, but I mean, like I said, to the movie's credit, I mean, I was still slightly surprised when it actually happened that he had.
Yeah, when he returns the thing, you see like the army of cops.
Yeah, like I mean, part of me still believed he did not rat them out.
So what was your favorite part, Chris? That part right there?
Yeah, actually, you know, one scene that you really jumped into my mind as you were talking was I just laughably, I really enjoyed the part where Roland and Manu are, as they are the first time they get through into the sewers there, prior to the sewers, and they're exploring like the square area around the underneath.
Oh, when he's standing up on top of it?
Standing on the guy's shoulders because the two guards came in. I'm like, that was
great.
That was great.
That was great.
That's genius right there. Because it's harder to hide two bodies. But hey, jump up on my shoulders. We'll make one long body and just go around the podium.
That was great.
Column.
I thought that was great.
That was good.
But literally,
remember how the guards go down that way and then they come back this way, like towards us? I was like, all they have to do is if these two guards split up, it's over.
Oh, they're screwed. Yeah, they split up. They're screwed.
Dude, the whole time I was watching this, you know, that part of the story unfold as they're walking all around the basement. Every time he went to relock the door behind them and turn around, I kept expecting the scene to cut to him facing guards or something like that.
I thought they were going to get caught. I kind of thought they were going to get caught there. I really did. But they didn't.
But I mean, even with the surprisingly long scenes in this movie, it still held the suspense.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was kind of looking to fast forward a little bit, like I still can't believe this scene is going on. Like where they first start digging the hole in their cell, I find it hard to believe no one would have heard them constantly banging at the ground with this fucking piece of metal for how long they were doing it. But that's a one shot over 4 minute long scene where they're just switching off. They keep hitting the ground. And these are not actors. These are people that have never acted before that they hired for this movie. The majority of them.
Well, the thing is, sun was going on.
Yeah, there was construction.
There was like construction, so they were matching up timing.
But still, the fact that you would think that's something the guards would keep an eye on. But that scene just kept dragging on and on. I'm like, how much longer can this scene freaking go?
Till they dig the damn hole.
Yeah, I know. and then the couple of scenarios after that where they're in the sewer actually digging the hole. I'm like, come on. I know what you're doing. Just fucking fast forward. Come on, get back to some story.
Hey, like you said, this was detailed, true, 100% true what happened.
Because that's like that is the story, right? It's like that was the longest 4 minutes of your life.
Yeah,
right.
That was a long fucking 4 minutes.
Imagine you're like digging this fucking hole and you're like, fuck, dude, they are listening, man. I gotta get faster and faster.
But now that you say that, I'm like, is that the headspace they were in as they were trying to do this? Like, we just got to keep going and hope they don't hear this.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Then the cave in. How long did that take to dig him out? They made it seem like it took like all night.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking digging him out, man. Jesus. I was like, oh, there it is. There's your holes buried. Move on. Put the boards back on the floor and say, hey, we lost. We're one man down. It's over.
Yeah, but like I said, they used mostly non-actors for the film's main roles.
That's crazy.
The guy that introduces the movie was involved in this escape attempt in 1947, and he plays himself in the movie,
which is fun.
But under a pseudonym as an acting name,
of course.
And they had some other guys as consultants that were involved in the escape on the movie.
Yeah,
the movie's based on a book about the escape, so the director and the author of the book ended up putting the screenplay together. The director died a few weeks after production wrapped.
That sucks.
That has to be a good book. That's probably a good book. This movie was really good. And it was one of those movies I was like, all right, we've been watching a bunch of shit lately.
Like Crow?
Oh, yeah, this was definitely a change of pace for us. Like, the movie came out in 1960. The book came out in 57. So.
I'll say this, though. Crow I did enjoy. But this was definitely a way better movie than the Crow movie was. Of course, it was a different type of movie. But I mean, Freddy Got Fingered, Riddick, fucking Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. Like we had a rough.
Yeah, 2020, damn it.
There's no doubt Freddy Got Fingered is the worst movie I've ever seen.
And we started that in 20. That was our first movie we reviewed.
Yeah.
That's what I watched this year.
Fucking, I feel the rage coming right now just thinking about it.
Just thinking about that shit.
Yeah.
I could see it. I could see it.
But no, I'm surprised.
White Lightning,
this is
baby.
a really good movie.
White Lightning.
I seen this. I was like, what the fuck is he getting us in? And I see black and white. And I'm like, oh, shit. But no, it was really good. I was like, I did not expect it to be this good, honestly.
No. It was a really interesting story. Like I said, I think it could have been a half hour shorter.
And actually, that's funny because my thing did show it as a half hour shorter. It said it was like an hour, 36 minutes. But then I'm like, this shit's going forever. Yeah, so I Googled it. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they fucking lied to you.
Yeah, so it was a long movie. And like you said, you had to pay attention to it because you have to read the subtitles.
Yeah. What the fuck? And what the fuck are the boxes they keep
I was gonna say the same thing. What project back in 47 or wherever the fuck this is taking place? They needed all those boxes.
I think there's
Well, it's just like they do that today. Still, they have these people do whatever, any menial task for free. So I guess some company needed boxes, and so you
that is
make
crazy.
the boxes. Yeah.
I feel like just throughout this movie, I felt like there was just a couple minutiae things they could have expanded upon just for a little background info.
Yeah.
Like I really think they should have took a slightly deeper dive into the prison warden to get in his headspace and what he was using prisoners for.
Like a side note, like to the side, like
just a side note, some kind of more indication that he's playing these prisoners against each other or something like that.
Well, I guess that wouldn't make sense though, because the main dude who's telling the story wasn't there to hear what he was saying. I mean, it's basically on his view, I guess.
I suppose, but still,
I see what you're saying. I mean, I think the thing with that though is it may have for us.
It wasn't as clear as I would have made. Even at the very end, they just have the guy walk to his old prison cell or a different prison cell. I'm like, so did the warden screw him over, or is he still waiting to be released?
Yeah, you don't really. I don't know, but I guess what I was gonna say though, the good thing about us not knowing too much about the warden as viewers is they probably don't want to give too much away. They're just like, oh, he's definitely, what I mean? Warden.
Like if we know that the warden he's playing the chess game with people, then we're gonna be like, oh, that's why they put the new guy in there so he could rat on him. It's kind of hard because they introduced this new character to this group. And that's kind of how we're introduced to what's going on, but that's all kind of it's a diversion, like all that stuff. We're supposed to kind of not think about it a lot, and then in the end, we're like, "Oh shit, it was a setup,"
What sucks to imagine that though? You're sitting in your cell, you got this game plan. It's like to your head, you're like, "This is going to be 100%." This new dude comes in, and you had to talk to you're like, "What do we do? Do we have to abandon now?" Or we gotta let this dude in. We don't know nothing about him. They basically, even if they didn't like him, they had no choice.
Or what? Just kill him or something? Like beat the shit out of him?
I would say they had no choice but to go with the plan and tell him or kill him. But then now ruin their plan anyways because they were really good behavior prisoners that are getting all these shit.
See, what they would have needed to do was get a rival gang to give them 50 cigarettes and then get them to kill him.
Yeah,
but they don't have to do it.
now you're talking the new day and age prisons.
It's an interesting situation because if you're planning to escape and they all of a sudden throw this guy in there, you really can't continue with your plan that you've been working on without telling this guy because it's not like you can do it behind their back.
And here's another follow-up with French prisons, by the way. Is every prisoner polite? Is there any fights? They were all nice to each other.
This is a totally different time, dude. Back then and in Europe, this was right after World War II, so I'm sure that they feel differently about it.
It is a different time, but I'm sure the fact that it's a different country helps.
Yeah,
most people are more polite than Americans.
I think American prisons weren't bad until I don't know, the gang shit started happening.
Yeah.
Once it started getting influenced, but I don't know. It was just
crazy.
And the drugs too.
I was waiting for one con artist thing or one gang something, nothing. They're they're so polite. Even to the guards. hey, how's it going? They're like so nice to each other. I'm like, are they even in prison? Like, what the hell is going on?
I suspect it's a minimum security. I would say minimum security, but he was there for premeditated murder, so I don't know.
Yeah. They just throw everything in there. They're like, what'd you do? I stole a pack of gum. Oh, okay.
The other thing too is like back then, if you were a really, really bad prisoner, like they kill you. Like you die.
That's true. You're right.
Probably.
Which is again why I think that dude's story is kind of bullshit, right? Like,
yeah.
Would they just put him in there if he murdered his wife or whatever?
Well, see, that's the thing. If he murdered, yeah, they would have killed him. It could have been automatic death penalty.
Attempted.
Yeah, it was an attempted murder. So, okay, we don't have to kill you because you didn't do it, but you almost did.
Yeah, you almost did.
Listen, you messed up. You can slap her. You can't shoot her. This is 1947.
Exactly.
That's the thing right there. That's how you get the dude. Yo, we have that one dude, Gio. Like, yo, talk to him. Say, listen, let's make a contract. We'll take off this amount of days off every time someone new comes in. You got to slap him to death. Bring him to the courtyard. He just do bitch slaps all over the place until the dude dies.
No, but these had to be like super physically demanding roles for the people they hired as actors. Because, like I said, that just when they first started digging the hole, that's one shot, 4 minute, over 4 minute scene. And then there's
like ding, ding, ding.
And then there's constant scenes of them once they're in the sewer trying to dig the tunnel that just go on and on and on of them.
Well,
with just literally a piece of metal.
Yeah, they did speed up the sawing though. I'm sure that took way longer than that. They were cutting through that shit like it was kind of like almost like butter.
Yeah, the sawing when they were that they cut away from.
That was the least but that was the least physical demanding of everything else they had to. You're in there with just a sharp piece of metal, literally a flat metal stick, trying to chop away at cement over and over again. These scenes could have been so much shorter because those were where I'm looking to fast forward.
They were fine to me though.
I'm like, all right, but I'm like, all right, I got the point. Let's move on with the story.
Mm-hmm. And who was the mastermind in this? Who was the genius in this cell? Was it
I think it was
Roland?
The older guy with the slick back hair.
So he made with the boxes. He made the fake leg and arm movements.
Yeah, I love that too.
Yo, that was badass.
The fake sleeping people.
He did the freaking. He pulled up the bed. He know what the bowl off. Take what bar he needs. Puts it back. Some people only put it back. He's like, well, gotta push it back how it was. Put everything back. I'm like, you gotta have a brain on you.
Yeah.
To think of this shit. So I'm like, damn, that dude. Like this is based on a true story. That was one dude you wanted to make a game plan to escape with, because he had it down. This dude was like, listen, I can do this. I can do this. They're like, what the fuck? Yeah, I can make fake people. Arm, you just take string, move the box around, make your arm.
Yeah, we need string, boxes, and that's it.
It's crazy.
I mean,
break a piece of glass, make a goddamn lookout scope.
Yeah. Like, oh, they made that time thing. But with like 2 little bottles and some sand.
Yeah,
like time. How many shifts they have? Yeah,
half-hour glass actually.
Yeah, half-hour glass.
That was crazy.
When I was like, oh shit!
They did almost get caught a couple times. They were almost late getting back because there was like an early lookout thing, and so they did make it so like realistic. Like, because you'll be questioning, like, how are they doing this every night and no one walking on accident?
Yeah, no one walks in or like there's. Oh, the other one I really liked too was like so they had the mirrors, right? And then the guards like basically snuck in on him. And the dude he hella quick puts the thing in his mouth and throws the thing in the toilet. And then they're checking him out, and then he like flushes the toilet from the outside.
Yeah, they're like, why'd you do that for? Oh, I never did it from out here. I thought it was cool. It's like a little kid. I had to pull the string. I had to see how it works. That was genius.
They're smart. They're smart, man. Like,
no, I mean, it was definitely well written, and I assume being based off a true story. If you're hiring the people that were actually part of the situation, it's super impressive to see how easy it is for prisoners to really come up with a plan. I suppose.
Now, my question is the book. Now, this is made in the 60s. So they took it from a book, but it's based on a true story with a real prisoner.
Yep.
This is the type of movie I can see the book. They went from word to word from the book. Like, you know how they Harry Potter movies, they take shit. No, we can't take. We gotta take this shit out. It's too long. This is like one of the things they're like, we're just gonna put the whole fucking story in. We're not even gonna take parts out.
I didn't look at the book, but that's 2 hours. Just 2 hours and 10 minutes was about the runtime for this movie. And in 1960, that's an extremely long amount of time, it seems like.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I do wonder how much of the book they used and cut out. Especially if the author of the book was involved in helping to raise.
If I knew how to read, I would go read it, guys. But I'm sure it's probably in French too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's in French.
That's some shit.
I mean,
hey, that's a good pickup line, though. You go in there in the library. If you weren't married, girl, you pull that book out.
I don't know how to read.
You know how French is like, yeah, le trou. It means the whole.
I thought you were going to say.
You just walk away.
Like, I thought you were going to say.
Le trou?
Le trou?
Thought you were going to say I walked into a library and said, I don't know how to read.
Yeah, I don't know how to read.
Or you walked in and you said, I am Groot.
I am Groot.
There you go. I am Groot. What? The truth.
No, but this was a good movie, though. I was surprised. It was a real good prison movie. I seen quite a bit of prison movies. And that's one thing. Prison movies, it's like, it's hard to mess them up. Like, you can, no matter which one you watch, they're kind of like, okay. I don't know if you, because I can't recall one that's like, oh my God, I can't watch that shit again. Anybody know a prison?
I haven't seen any bad ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't mess up a prison movie.
You really can't.
So,
you probably can, but I don't
can't.
think I've seen them. I don't think I've seen any of the bad ones.
I mean, I suspect there's a generic formula for them, but the goal is really to try to add some kind of little unique twist.
Yeah. In this movie, I was really surprised with it. I was like, holy shit. I think that's why I was so surprised that I liked it so much, because it was detailed, true story. It wasn't like a producer was like, let's make a jailbreak movie. Al Pacino, you know, they fucking find a way to make TNT with toilet paper and shit and blow a fucking hole in the wall.
But dude, yeah, it definitely was not overdone. But again, I don't know what kind of, I'll say, you know, technology they had available to them when they made this movie. But it definitely wasn't overdone. The only thing I could say is the fade to black and then fade back in between scenes did make me think of a PowerPoint presentation.
So hitting a button and it goes click.
Yeah, from one slide to the next, where it just fades out and then it comes back in.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, I wasn't really ever taken out of the story or anything like that.
That's when they had to switch out with the camera. They had to take the thing off and put a new one on. They're like, oh, we're going black.
Yeah. You can tell the setup between scenes in this movie.
Yep.
But at the same time, there's probably only 4 to 5 sets max. You're talking about the cell, you're talking about just outside of the cell, and then really anything underneath the prison. That's it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's fine enough that it doesn't, you know, it's not super noticeable or takes you out of anything.
Yeah, I agree with that. Excuse me. And going back to what I said earlier, I like this movie a hell of a lot better than I thought I would. Like, I'm just like, oh fuck. It's from the 60s, black and white, in French. And I don't mind, like James was saying, I don't mind movies with subtitles. That doesn't bother me at all. And then I'm watching the movie and I'm just like, you know what? I mean, yes, some of the conversations were important-ish, I guess you could say. I'll say, matter of fact, the biggest conversation that was really important is when the guy talks to the warden the last time, and when Claude talks to the warden for the last time, and then the last scene in the cell. Other than that, the conversations, I'm not saying they weren't as important. Like, you could really just watch this movie without even paying any mind to the subtitles. You'd kind of get the gist of what's going on. And that's one thing I think I liked about the movie, is because just visually, like, again, not knowing the language with no subtitles, just visually, it still tells the story very well. And there's movies in English that don't even do that shit.
Yeah, right.
Freddy
Got Fingered is one of them.
Yeah.
Fucking fuck.
But no, seriously, like this.
I never thought I could hate a movie the way I did that one, but go ahead.
But again, that's why, like, this movie's great, and I'm actually going to change my score a little bit, and I'll let you guys know about that in a few minutes. This movie's really, really fucking good. The more I think about it, I'm just like I would actually go back and watch this movie And this for some, I think because of what they were eating. This movie I was thinking of having like a bowl of like spaghetti or goulash with bread and butter because of this. It just because I wasn't gonna eat beans and shit, but just because like some of the stuff they were eating with the bread, it just made me think of having like some bread and butter with like something warm with it. That's just good and like fulfilling. And by the way, do you guys eat rice pudding?
Yes.
At times I have.
I don't like. Because remember the dude had the big claw, had the big
ass thing,
and the one dude just put a spoon and just eating right. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
The caucasity, man.
I like rice pudding. I don't know if it's a white thing. I don't know.
I don't think it is. It's a kind of a European thing.
It's basically cinnamon,
France, Spain,
and like whipped cream with rice. I don't know. You like tapioca pudding?
I think it's a European thing, really.
I like butter pudding.
I like tapioca pudding too.
Yeah, but you also like black jelly beans.
I do.
Do you like black jelly beans, Ibrahim?
I don't really eat jelly beans.
Okay, so that we're gonna take that as a no. So you're still winning, Aaron. Our thing was at work. We're trying to see how many black people actually like black jelly beans, and we didn't find no one.
Mm-mm.
So once again, he says that might be a white person thing.
No, my wife likes those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, James, you and my wife are the only two people that I personally know.
Ever met.
Tell her fist bump. Yeah, black jelly beans for life.
She likes those, and she likes the what are they? They come in like a purplish box. They look like
they're good in plenties.
Those.
Yep, they're good too.
Disgusting. Licorice.
The texture sucks, but the flavor is black licorice. It's not bad.
You like black licorice, Chris?
Chris likes Jaeger. He drinks Jaeger.
His mic is muted.
It is. I had to turn that off. No, you know what really turned me off to licorice even more is fucking Sambuca, because I had a bad experience with Sambuca, and now I don't even want to be around licorice.
Gotcha. So that makes sense. So I
take the one thing I like cherry flavored Twizzlers. Cherry's fine, but Sambuca is more scented like the black licorice, right? I don't.
Yeah, it is. It's really sticky. Tastes like black licorice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said probably on this podcast last week or the week before, you can take that shit and use it as glue.
If I even see a bottle, I feel nauseous.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy it next time just for you, Chris. I'm gonna drink
fucking
it.
Asshole.
I'm like, guess what I got?
Well, I guess we'll see the impact over.
No, I'm good on that shit. That shit.
It's fucking gross, man.
It's a nightmare. After a while, for one, it's so sweet.
And I say that as someone that can take shots of Jaeger with no problem. Sambuca is gross.
I don't mind the flavor. It's just after a while, too much of it. It's like one of those things like you eat sugary candies, your teeth start to tingle.
Yeah,
and you're thinking, do I have diabetes now? It's like one of those drinks. It's bad. It's like you'll get sick of it quick.
No, you know what's funny? After, I forgot this movie was in black and white. Literally 2 minutes into it, you lose track of that. And then I finished it today, and then I watched. Then I took a power nap because I was tired today.
Yeah,
and I got up. I ate dinner, and then I watched the first 2 episodes of WandaVision, which were still black and white. So I don't think I've seen.
That's fucking hilarious.
Other than this podcast, I may not have seen anything in color since.
You like literally traveled back in time. Yeah. That's like really good. That's like a really because like it set the scene for you for WandaVision.
You start questioning yourself. You're like, did I lose my color? I can't see color.
What year is it?
Like, what the fuck?
So you haven't seen anything in color till you came on this podcast. You hear that, Ibrahim? He's talking about us.
That's right.
Oh man, I want to check out WandaVision. It looks interesting.
So Chris, do you have any WandaVision theories yet from what you've seen?
I had a theory that has changed slightly. Like I assumed, because it's fucking weird is the best way that.
Yes, it is weird. It's obviously weird. It's like the whole setup is weird.
Yeah. I'm like, my original theory is like her and Vision are I can't. Obviously, right off the bat, I can't place the time frame in the Marvel universe because Vision dies in Endgame twice, technically. But I feel like my original theory was they're in some kind of psychological prison that's you know, their bodies are under some kind of prison and they're just psychologically have escaped. But now I think it's just Wanda's powers and she's retreated into the space. I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on.
See, I never seen it, but that's my guess. I'm going to take a guess. I never seen not one episode yet. Now, if you paid attention to her powers, she's like
she's literally like
mutant.
She's like literally one of the most powerful.
Yes. So I think she made her own reality.
Yeah.
I think when Vision died, she lost it.
Yeah.
And made her own reality where he's still alive.
They're definitely in some kind of reality.
They're in an alternate.
Yeah.
But I think that it's actually there where you're going to see is there's another organization that came with her to do this thing, and they're actually trying to get her out, but she's gone too deep. She's gone deeper than even they want.
Yeah, and there's hints of that in the second episode, but I don't want
to. She probably even erased her own knowledge of doing this thing.
Yeah, and you have you watched the first 2 episodes? Because that's a good hint.
Not yet.
I haven't watched none of it yet.
Yeah, and I don't want to dive too deep into it in case anyone hasn't seen it yet, because the first 2 episodes literally just came out. But it's weird as shit. It's a different take on Marvel stuff, so it's really
cool. Both of them are a 50s and a 60s.
Yeah, it's cool. I've enjoyed the first 2 episodes.
It's pretty funny, but it's still you're like the fuck, like
like I can't wait to see how this expands and goes out there.
What I really liked was in the second episode, like that cartoon they had at the beginning. It was so funny. It was straight up like a ripoff of what was it, Bewitched. It was like Bewitched.
Oh yeah,
straight up.
Just the whole scene where Vision eats that piece of gum and it gums him up, and then they do the talent show where he's the magician and stuff like that. But that was great.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really interesting, like, subtle sort of. They're cueing us into like what's going on.
Yeah.
Like there's all these hexagonal shapes. There's something to do with the number 6. There's all these 6-sided things and 6 things that their shape is 6 sides or something like that. So there's something going on with that has to do with it. Like that's their symbol of this organization that she is in league with.
Yeah. That
she's gone rogue from.
No, but the first, if you're into Marvel stuff, this is going to be right up your alley in a totally different way so far, but still has that Marvel Easter egg intrigue to see it expand. Nice. Plus, the episodes are only like a half hour, so
that's not bad. Not bad at all, actually.
No, that's what they basically turned Marvel into a sitcom.
Well, they have so many TV shows planned now that,
yeah, they're gonna do another sitcom. What is it? She-Hulk will be a sitcom.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've seen that too. Yeah,
playing She-Hulk.
Not an actress I've ever heard of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but Mark Ruffalo is supposed to appear in it.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That'll be interesting.
So it's supposed to be his cousin or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they relate. I think so, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's how the original is, I believe.
Yeah. All I know about She-Hulk is I think she's a lawyer that becomes a she version of the Hulk. That's it. But back to the movie.
Back to Le Trou.
Le Trou.
Yeah, watching this again, like as I talked about, I think before we were recording, I don't have a problem with subtitles, but there are minute conversations in this where the subtitles don't come up, so I'm trying to picture in my head in French what they're actually saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't help it.
Yeah. You can't help
everything.
When I see the subtitles and I've heard whatever they're saying, it's like I'm trying to learn French in my head. I'm like, so this means this.
Yeah, you do it everything. Japanese movies, animes, you do it. You just start hearing and you start thinking you're learning. You hear the one word. For example, Japanese animes love using baka. It's basically idiot. So the person, like, it's usually the girl going, "You baka," like calling the other dude idiot. So you're like, I know Japanese, awesome. I'm learning. It's like only one word.
So actually, you know what's funny? So I'm from New York and I moved to South Carolina when I was 15. So right in that sophomore year of high school or so. So I had already taken like a Spanish 2 class before moving to South Carolina, but they didn't know how that translated to the school I was transferring to. So I basically had to take Spanish 2 twice for the credits. So I was already more well-versed than the rest of the students. And there was
now.
What was that?
How is your Spanish now, though?
I know enough phrases to get by. If I was to find myself in Spain, which certainly isn't going to happen anytime soon. But there was a kid from Spain in the class, and so the teacher was giving that kid's, work in English, and other kids were people were cheating off of me to pass their tests and stuff like that. That's like how I found one of my first friends when I moved there.
Nice. Nice.
But I was talking to this kid in Spanish, asking him how to, or in English, or, trying to figure out how to say the swear words, because that's what everybody wants to know.
Yes.
In a different language. But it was funny. Yeah, that was the point.
Do you remember any of those swear words?
Punta is bitch. That was all I remember. I don't, but I mean, that's fairly common knowledge at this point. I don't remember the rest. It was a super long time ago.
I'll have to ask my wife tomorrow.
It was basically me asking him how to say stuff in English or in Spanish. Yeah.
See, it's a code, Aaron. She's not going to tell you. It's like you're born with that. You can't tell the swear words to the English.
Now, is your what? Yeah, is your wife? She's Puerto Rican or Spain? Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My brother's Puerto Rican.
For real?
Yeah, man, half brother. Oh. His mom is Puerto Rican.
My brother Jeremy is. His mom, Anna, my stepmom at the time, she divorced my father. I still count her as my stepmother, but she's Puerto Rican. So my brother Jeremy, guy is taller than me, younger than me. He's 28 now. He's like 6'3", and he looks like a Latino lumberjack. Dude, he grows a better beard than me and everything. I want to punch him in his mouth every time I see him.
Oh man, you wouldn't want to punch your brothers in the face. Now
that's how my family rolls. You can't help it. You're born with it. You want to punch your siblings.
So I was over at back pre-COVID. I was at James's desk. We were talking about something. His brother came out of nowhere because he worked on the same floor as us, just like at the opposite end. His brother came out of nowhere. I was like, "Hey James," he's like, "Look, I just won $50 at a scratch off." No, congratulations. I'm happy for you, bro. I just want to punch you in the fucking face right now. And his brother smiled and walked.
That's how we talk.
That's how family does.
Yeah.
I was laughing so fucking hard. But they're true.
Another thing about the movie, no opening credits. It just goes right into it.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that. There's no music or credits until it's over.
I just thought that how it worked back then. You're like, hey, this is a movie about a prison. We're in it. Like, damn.
Okay. And the guy, like I said, the guy that introduces the movie, he says it's a true story. He plays Roland in the movie with the slicked back hair. I mean, I don't know what the sentences for these guys ended up being, but like I said, some of them were involved as consultants in making the movie, so obviously they were out or free at the time.
It's weird, especially you didn't get like a longer sentence for trying to break out.
This guy Roland is, got out of prison and just became a mechanic because the movie starts with him working on a car. He was legitimately a mechanic after he got out of prison.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
he only got an additional X number of years or something.
Yeah.
Pled it out. Maybe he ratted on someone else.
Yeah, that's how it worked. They're like, damn, that's how you get shorter sentences.
Exactly. Yeah, I should have just ratted on him. I should have dug the hole, ratted on him, and then.
I am curious to go back and look up a copy of the book and see how much more detail it goes into now, though. To the movie's credit, if the movie actually made me might want to read.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing. As long as they have an English version, because I'm not learning French.
There's got to be books that get translated into other languages all the time.
That's very true. Wouldn't that be some shit though? Having to learn how to read French to read this fucking book.
The book is called The Break, by the way.
The Break.
Totally different name.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You
got the Break, and the Trou.
Well, to be fair, the book came out first, so
yeah.
But
the director learned about this in like a news article, and then the book came out, and then he contacted the author of the book, and then that's when they wrote up the screenplay and everything.
They did an excellent job. Again, I really I would honestly go back and watch this movie again, and fairly soon. Like, I don't know how soon, but I'll say before 2021 is up.
I think one of the most impressive aspects is that none of these guys were your traditional actor. Like these are all non-actors that they got to play these parts. And I feel like they nailed, for the majority of this movie, the feelings and aspects that they were trying to hit, throughout it.
Well, yeah, but I think a big reason for that is you had the leader, Roland, being really in the situation. Then you had people that were also in the situation as for the film. So that probably helps a lot. Yeah, they had 3 or 4 consultants that involved in the actual prison break with, consulted on the movie. But still, even as an actor, you can still go too far or undercut what you're trying to convey. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I thought they were hitting these scenes mostly at the perfect level for their character. Yeah. Hell yeah. And I'm going to say, guys, I'm changing my ratings to 10 for this movie. Like, it was just, the more I think about it and the more we're discussing it, how you're mentioning, like, it really just jumps right into the movie. There's no score for it, but it doesn't bother you. And you don't notice it or think about it. Like, I really didn't notice it or think about it until I briefly went over the notes, but when you guys really mentioned it on here, I'm just like, oh shit, there really was no score for it, and there really was no intro for it as far as it just jumps right in. But I just like the way the whole movie went overall. Like, I know there were some slow parts and some long parts, and for some movies I hate it because it makes no sense. But the parts that dragged out in this movie, it just made sense. Because I feel like as far as some of the scenes, like that's in the actual cell where they're just kind of sitting there talking and shooting the shit and eating and all that other stuff. Some of the scenes could have been you might say they're dragged out a little bit too long, but I'm looking at it like it's showing the camaraderie between the 5 guys, or the supposed camaraderie thought between all 5 of them, including the snitch 6ix9ine.
Takashi.
But you know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, so it's showing these to show you how close and how tight they were, almost like a family. And then when we get to that end scene, when the guy questions Claude, like, you were there with him for 2 hours. What the fuck were you guys talking about, basically? And no, I'm cool. I'm still going with you guys. I didn't tell. And not even 5 minutes later, you see the dude looking through the mirror, and you see the whole fucking squad, every fucking cop there.
Whole fucking squad.
And I like how I do like how the one dude did react and go over and start choking him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you motherfucker.
Yo, he kill him quick. He went out with a scream too.
Yeah.
He's like, like a big scream. He's like, don't kill me.
That was like another scene I liked a lot because that's a very real reaction. Like, yo, you fucking snitched on us.
Exactly, dude. Yeah.
You were supposed to leave with us. And the only complaint I can say again is going back to, which I don't know the whole time frame as far as what time it was and all that, and like when the next shift, whatever came, when the guards were going to come in again. But when they peeked through the sewer, go back, get the other guys, like, yo, let's just fucking leave right now. Let's just go. By the time the guards find out we're gone, we're going to be gone. It's going to be too late. We should be at least 20 miles from here. If we have to get a cab, steal a cab, rent a cab, whatever the case may be, we're going to be gone. Because you have, say the guards didn't come until the morning, you have at least, let's say, an 8-hour head start. Let's just say 8 hours. You have at least an 8-hour head start to just go. And you're going to be going, yes, you'll get tired and all that other bullshit, but you're going to be going off of that escapee adrenaline that, yo, we just busted out of prison. If we get caught, we're definitely never getting the fuck out of here. And even if the one guy that said he was going to stay because he was like, when I got arrested, my mother almost died. So if I leave, he was like, the first place the police are going to go is to my mother's house, and that'll probably kill her. So I'm just going to stay. Even if he stayed and they asked him, like, what happened, they have an 8-hour head start. Even if he lied and said, like, well, they escaped and blah, 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 blah. They said, even if he lied and said, hey, they're going to these certain places, and just sent them in a different direction just to get a sentence cut some, or whatever. He was a guy that was resigned to his fate and wouldn't risk his parents' health because of it. And I almost slightly, very, very slightly thought he was working with the police when the whole snitch thing came, just because of how they made it known that he was staying because of his mom.
Yeah. Trying to misdirect.
Yeah, which it worked. For a minute, I was like, what if it's him that was this? And then you figure out who the snitch really was, and you could tell because you could see it on the guy's face, which I thought was also great acting. I just had this conversation on my horror show the other night about like with facial expressions. Like this guy had really good facial expressions when everybody knew he's a snitch after the fight happens, and when he walks out the cell into the next cell, his face looked like he was disgusted in himself. He looked sick. Like,
yeah,
I shouldn't have did that. Like, I was wrong for doing that. I shouldn't have did that. These guys.
No, and I think that goes back to what I said on hiring non-actors for this. They did an amazing job for people that were not actors.
Yeah.
Like, these are non-actors, and they did a great job.
Yeah, hell, they did an excellent job.
Yeah,
damn near perfect in my opinion. Like I said, I have to give the movie 10 Le Choux for that, because it was just, the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, this was a really excellent movie. And as simple as you could say the story was, it did it so well. It didn't try to overdo it. Even with the non-actors, nobody tried to like overact or outshine each other. Everybody that did their role like to a T. You know what I mean? It was just like, okay, this is your role, this is your role, this is your role, this is your role, this is your role. And I know you know the role because you were fucking a part of this whole thing. But exactly. it just worked. To me, it just worked so well. And I'm just like, this was, and I'm glad I watched the French version and not, the dubbed version, because I feel like that would have taken a lot of feeling away from it. It would have taken a lot of feeling away from it. And originality, of course.
Well, I'm going to go with you. This is rare. I've been talking myself in my head for while you're talking. I have no reason not to move this up to a 10 because nothing bothered me in it. Like even the long scenes, the subtitles didn't bother me. And I gave it a 9 just because it's really good. I was like, nah, 10 is like you're saying, 10 is like maxed out. But I have no reason not to bump it up because I had no problem with this movie. It was really good. So I think I'm going to bump it up to a 10. Just because of that. And back to the part of the sewer where you're getting at. This took place in what, 47?
Yeah.
Basically, they didn't have the technology then. Basically, you might have a point. They could have got everybody, and they could have been long gone because there wasn't no Facebook. Yeah, no tracking shit. They could have been
cameras.
Gone. Yeah, nothing.
They could have been honestly.
So you had a point on that. I'm like, yeah, why didn't they do that? Why didn't they go back and say, yo, let's go? Even the guys.
They had too much loyalty, man. They had too much loyalty to their friends.
Yeah, it's not like a couple of years ago where the guys from upstate New York got out of prison and the entire state was on the manhunt for them.
Wait, guys got out of prison in upstate? Recently?
You didn't know that?
Oh, yeah.
No, dude.
I thought that was almost universal.
I had not heard about that. No.
Yeah, literally, I remember driving around and seeing fucking Humvees in the army out on the road.
Yeah.
They
mobilized the army to find
Ben Stiller made a mini series about it. Dannemora was the name of the prison in upstate New York. And I remember maybe I was just going to like Cobleskill or something, which was like a 30-40 minute drive from here, or Canachahari, and seeing like an army row coming through the interstate the other way.
So how they escaped, basically, one of the prisoners was banging. Was she a security
guard? Yeah, one of them was banging a guard.
So he had access to cell phones.
He's the one that eventually. He's the one that shot himself and killed himself while they were escaping.
So
the other one got caught.
So they made a plan. She helped them. They got out. Manhunt. They found them, of course.
Statewide manhunt, but it took weeks.
It took weeks. They found them. The lady got arrested. They found out now that she is the reason. This whole jailbreak is the reason. I work for the state, so you hear this stuff. The employees are pissed off because you're not allowed to bring cell phones at all in the prisons now. So you walk in, even if you're in the office, you have to put it in a drop box.
I can't.
Did they dig their way out? How'd they actually?
Oh no, they got out by
I forgot.
I don't know.
Snuck out or like some kind of.
Yeah, it's like a snuck out. It wasn't like they dug a tunnel.
So they like maybe got different clothes or something, or like like makeup or whatever, and then they're just like walked out.
Yeah, I don't remember. They spent most of their time in the woods.
Yeah.
The one guy that did get caught, because one killed himself when he was kind of getting surrounded. He was in the local hospital in Albany, right here. Like he came in. I forgot. I talked to someone that like saw him come in. I don't remember who.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
And now he's back
for a while.
Yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, there's at least a Lifetime movie, and then Ben Stiller was going to make some kind of series about it for like Showtime or something.
That's crazy. Well, because it was out there, it spread. People heard about it.
I just remember I remember hearing the stories that they were in the woods, literally hiding up in the trees as these armed guards were searching the woods below them. Like they were literally almost caught so many times.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
And that's the thing. You don't look up. You always think they're hiding under.
Like under the brush or something.
No, these guys are like, yo, let's go climb
high up in they're high up in the trees while these guards are on the ground searching the ground below.
Like a koala just gripping just holding on there, like just It's fucking
dude.
Crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy. Like you go through all that shit. You have someone on the inside. You get out, and then you spend weeks just like hunted like a fucking dog. Yeah, in the woods.
And then they're dead and caught.
Now, do you just start questioning yourself? Do you like, we fucked up? We shouldn't have done this?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you have to know on the incredibly slim chance that you ever get out, is it worth going in, then
see, the thing is you gotta have like a real plan where you like get on a flight to fucking Canada.
You need connections, yes.
Yeah, that's got to be your next thing. It's like because if you can just get out, that's not enough.
No, it's not.
You gotta have a car. You gotta like get to Canada. You gotta and then I don't know, take a boat and
you gotta cross an ocean at the very least.
Yes.
Yeah. Or get to Mexico or somewhere where they don't give a shit about you.
And don't take a boat and try to get to London. You go to a fucking place no one ever heard of before. You go somewhere it's like, hey, we heard he was crossing over. He might be in France. And you're like, no, I'm not. I'm into this. You ain't never heard this motherfucker.
No, you got to go to some place that hates the United States. And that's most, to be fair, that's most places now. So
that's true. Fucking, I would lose my mind. I don't think I'll have the balls, honestly. I don't know what it'll take.
I'm not saying,
maybe death row. If I 100% know I'm going to die, like they're going to fry me or something or gas chamber me.
That might be the only time it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
Like what else could they do?
Or death. Life without parole or on death row. Yeah. I would see it. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'd see why if I was in that situation, why I would try to escape. Like I don't want to be in here.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna die anyway, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna like inject you, or they're gonna,
Even if I got life, I don't think I would do it. As long as I know I'm alive in the prison, I think I would accept it at some point.
No,
but if I know they're going to kill me, I think I will do it.
I mean, yeah, being on death row is a different feeling than just life in prison. But at the same time, so many people end up dying of natural causes on death row.
Yeah,
it's true because it takes so long. They're like, he's been on death row for 25 years.
Yeah, and then we're kind of going down a political road if we want to dig deeper into that. But
they're begging him. They're like, I'm 90 now. When are you going to kill me? Hurry the fuck up.
I know, really. But I mean, if you're facing life, technically a life sentence isn't really a life sentence, is it? Isn't it still a certain number of years?
70 years or something like that. Yeah.
So if you can make it past 70.
Something like that. Yeah, but usually like the people that are really, really bad, like they give them, like there was some guy recently, they gave him like 250 years and shit like that.
Oh yeah, serial killers, they're like, you're 120 years or something. Yeah, you're done. That's just done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're not getting out. You're not fucking getting out.
And before this movie, I haven't watched a prison movie, like escape movie or anything like this, in the longest time.
Oh, me either.
I can't even think of when I've watched recently either.
But I'm like, wow. I'm like, it's been a long time since I watched a prison movie.
Now, Ibrahim, have you seen the American version of this?
No.
Or the dubbed version, I should say.
No, the dub. No, I've only seen the French version.
I got a feeling.
Did you watch a dubbed version? I watched the French version just with English subtitles.
Yeah, that's what I watched.
No, I watched the French version. I was just asking if Ibrahim has ever seen the dubbed version of it.
I didn't see there was a dubbed version.
Yeah, it's the whole.
Oh, it's actually just. I thought that was a whole different movie because when I looked at the thing, it didn't mention 5 guys in prison. I don't think. I think it meant something different.
Were you on the right site?
Probably not.
You can't type in the hole on Pornhub, James.
No,
Oh,
you cannot, or most places.
I knew that site looked familiar. Oh.
This is we're gonna have to add some special movies to our randomized wheel, I suppose.
Yeah.
Saving Ryan's Privates.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the version you guys watched?
Deep Throat. Classic.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Oh, that's a classic right there. That's old school. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Something to talk about down the road.
Imagine that, something that you did notice. You're like, what the fuck's that movie? You can't wait to land on that. You just
Lawrence of the Labias.
I mean, come on.
That's a movie. Lawrence of the Labias is a movie.
I think the close. Oh wow, Lawrence of the Labias. I think Porky's is the closest we have on there.
Yes, and I love Porky's. I watched that so many times.
Dude, that's a great fucking movie.
It is.
I've never seen it.
It's because it's white person comedy. It's like college pranks.
Porky's is funny.
Sex, a lot of sex. It's like nerds.
Okay.
It's like a whole mixture of shit. It's a good movie.
It's great.
It's a good movie.
That's a National Lampoon movie, right?
Yes, basically.
Is
yeah.
it national?
I think it is. I don't know if it's
National
official.
Lampoon though.
Yeah, I don't think it's officially, but it might. Honestly, I don't even know anymore.
Well,
And there's more than one.
there's two. No one cares about the sequel. You really only need to see the original.
Yeah, you only see the original, but when the
When are
two
we
came out, I
spinning-
watched it though.
Yeah, when are we spinning the wheel? We gotta spin
Yeah,
the
maybe
wheel.
we'll get lucky. We'll get
Spin it.
Porky's.
You want to spin it now?
Let's
Yeah,
spin
spin
it.
it. Let's do it.
All right, let me bring this wheel up.
We almost got to see what's it called? That one movie. I'm just wondering, like, when we're gonna fall in one of these foreign action movies that I put on the list.
That we can't find.
Yeah. well, but like,
fucking
they're
Ibrahim.
so good. You're gonna be so happy when you actually see them.
Well, I trust your judgment, Ibrahim.
Yo, I love foreign action movies, like martial art movies and shit. I watch
I'm
a lot
just telling
of
you, you're paying my credit card bill if I can't cancel
I know, right?
fucking free trials and try because I had to go searching for these movies.
Step Brothers.
Oh no, it's not. It's gonna go past it.
Major League.
Major
Oh.
League.
Oh shit!
Yeah. All right.
So we got our first comedy movie.
The
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Right.
You realize we're gonna have to touch on the Cleveland Indians here, right?
Yes.
It's all right.
Major League.
Major
Fucking
League.
Charlie Sheen,
Who-
baby.
Whose choice
Charlie
was
Sheen.
this?
Mine.
Cool.
He
You
has
got
a,
two already.
no. He has a lot of. He put a lot of 80s in. Right?
I put a lot of A's in there, but no joke. This was literally probably like the last movie I added to the list. Just trying to think of like a 9th or 10th movie to fill out.
Nice.
Nice, man. This is gonna be fun.
We should be able to find this one, guys.
Oh yeah.
This one will be, yeah. I don't have to sign up for something to fucking find this movie.
Major fucking League. Oh man, that's gonna be funny as shit. I'm gonna be so fucking high for that episode.
Charlie Sheen, baby. Charlie Sheen. Is Hot Shots on that wheel? Because that's another great Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, I think Hot Shots is on there. Yeah.
James picked. Was it who picked that? James.
I think that was a James. No?
I didn't do Hot Shots.
Maybe. Did I? I don't remember.
You probably did.
I think it was.
It's-
I think it
it-
had to be you.
Yeah. It's on brand. That's for sure.
I don't know. I don't know how to take that.
You
No, it's
had
just
Charlie-
like the things you chose were all of those kind of comedies.
What was the other movie you picked that came up already?
Kroll. I picked Kroll.
Yeah, you
Yes.
picked Kroll.
Motherfucker, man.
Yeah, I don't think
You're
landed on any
welcome.
of my movies yet.
You're saying the wrong thing, but I'm
I
saying
did
you're
like
welcome.
the movie, so I can't. I'm not mad at you.
No, dude, listen. Kroll has a special place in pop culture that I felt it was important to see.
I appreciate that, Chris.
I didn't pick that one
Yeah.
out of a joke.
The
Yeah, I never
Glade.
seen it. Yeah, I never seen it.
Yeah,
thought
I
did,
hadn't
I
seen
never
it
did.
before that. That's not something
That's
I
cool.
picked to be a joke.
I can't wait for the Last Dragon to get picked.
Yeah,
You know what? Another one I
hope.
hope it lands on because supposedly, unless they fucked it over, I think June, the new Mortal Kombat's supposed to come out.
I can't fucking wait, man. I want a trailer. Like you saw in the we saw in the chat they put out pictures of stuff. I'm like, fuck
Yes.
that. Fuck pictures.
Yeah.
I want a trailer.
Yes.
I don't give a shit.
I'm hoping we land on the original Mortal Kombat.
I can't
Before
wait
that comes out.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that again.
Another movie I can't wait to watch just because I know we're gonna bash the fuck out of it is Street Fighter.
Street
Fighter. Terrible. And that movie, like, I mean, I guess you could. No, that movie I don't think I've seen since my childhood. Mortal Kombat, I can say I've watched more recently. Maybe within Mortal Kombat, I can say I watched within the last 10 years. Street Fighter's probably been about 25 years.
Yeah, it's been a while for Street Fighter. I watched Mortal Kombat.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, baby, is Guile, right?
Yeah,
American Hero.
Makes no sense. He's not supposed to be. No, it's supposed to be like straight up Caucasian, blonde, American hero type shit, like a G.I. Joe character.
Yeah.
But look at they put Jean-Claude Van Damme. You're like, what the fuck? But hey, you know, he was like the major action star, you know, at the time.
Who would have been that Guile?
A good Guile?
Chuck Norris.
I think we should wait. I think we should wait until we talk about the movie.
Yeah, because then we can look up. Then we can look up some. Then we get your. There you go. There's a question for that when it comes up.
That's gonna be a question that comes up.
You gotta try to find an actor.
We'll talk about alternate casting when we talk about that movie.
Oh,
that fucking movie, man. The game was pretty cool, but we'll talk about that whenever it comes up.
The game was great. Street Fighter 2 is one of the best fighting games ever made. So next Saturday, Major League, baby.
Yes,
next fucking Saturday, Major League.
This is a great fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. It was excited. Again, something I haven't seen in years, but that
sports comedy.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Good times.
So, Trou.
Yeah, this is good. It seems like everyone likes it.
Yes.
This is one of Ibrahim's movies. How'd you end up hearing about it at one point? I'm curious.
Oh, I'm a maniac, so I try to watch everything. It just has a really strong reputation. So, yeah, I mean, I just watch hella shit. I mean, I probably saw this like the first time I saw it was maybe 5-6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe even longer. And it's just like, it blew me away, dude. It's like really fucking good. Because there's a lot of movies that try to do stuff like this, like be very simple and like be able to tell a story in a way where it's not really complicated. But this really does it well. I think it just like nails it, blows it out of the park.
I agree.
Now, my question is, how you find now? Is it like website streaming, like you hear mentioned from online, or are you the type of person you just got like your computer is set with like shit, and you're just like that? I'm clicking this. I'm just gonna watch. Let's start with A's. I'm gonna watch every damn movie in sight.
Well, I like do a lot of trolling of either IMDb or now I do a lot of trolling of Letterboxd. Like I'd spend a lot of time looking through recommendations and stuff like that. So anything that has like a really strong reputation as a good film, I'm all about it.
Oh, okay.
And so I probably saw this from some site recommended it, and I was just like, okay, I'll watch it. And I was like, oh shit, this is really good.
Because I was really curious how you found this, because you're like I think this is the first person I ever met in my life that could think. I don't know how long you probably did think about it and wrote them down. But if you ask me to make a top 100 of my favorite movies, there's no fucking way in the world I can do it. Because I know I'm going to forget something.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm going to put something on there that I think is really good. Then I watch it again. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
It's hard. It's super hard.
I honestly don't know if I could come up with 100 movies.
Me either. I can't either. And I'm sure I watched more than 100 movies. But my brain don't work that way. It don't stick like that. Like, wow.
I can tell you what won't be on there.
Freddie got fucking fingered.
You're fucking right. Just like I got fingered financially trying to rent that movie.
You got to get that $4 back.
You just all you have to do is write in the email horse dick.
Yeah, I know. Like you guys owe me You guys owe me $4 because of horse dick, and that's it.
That's it. Just one sentence.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos, you can afford to give Chris his $4 back.
Yeah, I know. Really, fucking bald asshole.
Just give him 5. Make him happy.
I'm angry again already, and it went from like 0 to anger in 5
Oh
seconds.
yeah. Well, you started just thinking about Freddie got fingered, and then you thought about paying for it.
Yeah, I know.
That would make me mad too.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Let's talk.
See, I lucked out. I had to rank Gremlins, but I had nothing wrong with that.
Gremlins is great.
Gremlins is great.
Especially the first one. The second one, it's interesting. Got some interesting points.
I haven't seen it in years.
I mean, I think they're both good, depending on what you're looking for. The second one is so much way more wacky.
It's super wacky, dude. There's a spider gremlin. There's a Batman gremlin. There's a fucking
Flash.
yeah, there's a horror gremlin who was trying to fuck this guy, like straight up just trying to have sex with this dude.
Yeah, they just went right to comedy with that.
Yeah,
they just like, let's get some funny shit. There was more action in it though.
I'm really hoping they do a third, man.
Me too.
Me too. Me too.
Get Christopher Columbus or whatever to do it.
Christopher fucking Columbus.
Not that.
Yeah, not the one. Who, not the one who raped all the people and people. Not that one.
Oh man.
Kills all the indigenous people and then comes up with the Gremlins movies.
Try to make up for it.
Gotta make up for it. That's how it works. Do something bad, you gotta make something good.
No, he did something terrible, but made something amazing. We don't forgive him though. Fuck you. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm calm. Don't worry. I'm calm.
It's
not drunk. Don't worry. I'm not drunk.
It's that Snoop wine.
It looks like some people are going to be going through some tables tonight. The Bills are winning.
Are they? I forgot about that.
They probably already went through some tables. What are you talking about?
Well, when they win, there's even more tables.
Oh yeah,
on fire too.
Fucking ridiculous.
What's the score right now?
It's like
holy shit! 17-3.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And they're
fourth quarter to go.
Oh shit!
Baltimore threw a pick six, like from the 1 yard.
Man, line. Bills are going to the Super Bowl. There's going to be some.
Yeah, could you? I cannot imagine like if the Bills like finally win a Super Bowl, like if they actually won the Super Bowl.
They'll have to change their name. Their name stands for
Boy, I love Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Bills go to the Super Bowl.
Like you lose 4 in a row, and then some random dude from Wyoming wins it.
You realize if the Bills go to the Super Bowl, then the hospitals' ERs are really going to be overran.
Oh yeah,
not because of COVID, but because of people being thrown through tables,
pieces of board in their back.
Yeah,
and imagine if they win it.
It's gonna be ridiculous, man. Hey, at least it's not New England. Sick and tired of seeing those motherfuckers.
That's true. You know what? As long as Tom Brady's not there, well, I take that back. Tampa Bay's in the playoffs, and he's two games away from the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
They play tomorrow or tonight? Tomorrow.
Play tomorrow. Yeah. Tommy Brady. Tommy football.
Oldest QB matchup in NFL history. Him and Drew Brees. Right?
Oh Jesus.
Might be right.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. No, I am right because that's what I've been seeing all week.
Oh.
Yeah. Tom Brady's like what? 40, like almost 50.
They're pretty much. I think they're both pretty much 40.
When's he gonna retire? Like, holy shit!
I believe in his words, when he sucks.
Wow.
Okay. He's been playing since I was in like a fucking freshman in high school.
Yeah, let's do.
All
just because Drew Bledsoe hurt his leg. And this motherfucker came in.
But you realize the Bills probably wouldn't be in the playoffs if Tom Brady didn't leave for Tampa.
That is true.
Well, maybe that New England team was like shit.
Last year, the year before, they made it though when Tom Brady was still there. But the
Patriots are shit this year.
Oh yeah,
they weren't as good these past few years, even before this year. Like they've been going down, especially last year. But yeah,
because they lost all their players, man.
Yeah, a lot of players were like, "I'm out of this." Like,
yeah.
My family and COVID.
A lot of the players on a lot of teams. I know a lot of the players on the Patriots. A lot of good defensive players on the Patriots did opt out of this season because of COVID.
Yeah, they had like 8 starters opt out.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's crazy. But hey, it makes the year, the football year, like extra special because it could be a whole new different team winning Super Bowl.
Fuck the Super Bowl, fuck football because my Niners are out of the my Niners didn't even make the playoffs, so I don't even care.
I hope if Kansas City makes it to the final round, if Bills do, I hope Bills beat Kansas City.
Oh God, if it's Bills Kansas City,
they go to the Super Bowl against the NFC because they're both NFC. So
if Kansas City is there, I hope Kansas City loses.
Yeah, I say that because they beat
us last year.
Yeah, fucking assholes.
So, what do you think? Final thoughts?
Great movie.
I'd like to ask you, ask you Ibrahim and Chris because only me and James answered this question. Did your ratings change for this movie? I know
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go.
He has a 10, so it's one of his.
I'm a
top
10.
favorite.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
think
change
I'm
that.
gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna. I think I'll go from 7 to 8.
Okay.
And like I said, I still think this movie could have been at least 20 minutes shorter. I think you can cut out 20 minutes of them chopping away at stuff in this movie and still convey the same suspense and impact that the movie ends up having.
I can see it. I just it doesn't bother me to that point where I feel like it,
I mean, I'm not saying that it bothered me,
but I know I get what you're saying though. What I mean is like I feel like it was damn near perfect the way it is right now, but I do see what you're saying. Like certain things they could have kind of cut out that they didn't really need. But what I liked about it is that in real life, that's just going to take hours and days and weeks and months. To really get
that's fine. But when you plan to watch a movie, you're not planning to watch a movie for hours, days, and months.
True.
I think that like the dramatic effect he was trying to get out of showing it in real time like really worked. I mean, maybe it didn't work for you. I think for a lot, I think it really works because it really shows like, holy shit, that 4 minutes feels like forever.
Yeah, and that was fine, but they still spent a lot of time in that fucking sewer, just a guy digging at the hole. Oh, like that 1 4-minute scene, okay, fine. But they're still in the sewer 2 or 3 times with a guy just pounding away at this hole with no dialogue, no real story progression or
but haven't you ever pounded away at a hole with no dialogue and no real story?
I know the way I was phrasing that. You were going to say something, you son of a bitch.
Yes, I have. But anyway, I don't know. It really just didn't bother me. But just going back to like
no, it's still a great movie.
Like,
so that bothers you. Now picture this: the movie I hate most in the world right now, Blood Lake. That you don't like that scene? Well, they have a scene in there of them water skiing for 20 minutes straight.
Literally like 20 minutes
and
nothing happens.
It makes me want to strangle somebody.
I gotta see this just to gauge James' reaction.
You should. It
pisses me off so much, man. Just like you with the Freddy Got Fingered, but this movie pissed me off. So much.
Dude, nothing is like me and watching Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, this movie was pretty fucking. This movie was worse than Freddy Got Fingered.
I find that hard to believe, but okay.
Almost by, as a matter of fact, I know we mentioned this before, but Ibrahim and Chris, if you guys have time to just watch the movie, and then just give us, when we go live next week or whenever, give us your like quick thoughts of that movie. And I said,
was it Blood Lake?
Like 30 seconds. You can just yell out, "Holy shit, you're right." That's it. I'll take it. I don't need details. Just say you're right.
Yeah.
What did you guys use to watch it on?
It's on Tubi.
It's on Tubi. It's a free app.
Okay.
On your TV.
All right. Yeah, I think that's on my PlayStation. I think I can watch it.
Yes. And Ibrahim, I know you'll have like a deep dive on that movie with your.
I think I already know what I'm gonna say, but I guess I'll
entertain it.
It's bad, man.
It's fucking horrible.
That's the only movie. That's like the first movie ever made me so angry. I mean, really angry.
Oh, I've never felt the rage that I felt when I watched Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah, that thing's a piece of shit. Piece of shit.
I did not know I could feel that way just from watching a movie.
Exactly. That's how I thought. I was like, it's just a movie. I'm like, why am I so mad at this? Like, if I was in a screening and the fucking whoever made it was sitting next to me, I think I would end up strangling them during the movie.
Punch them in the face.
Something. I'm like, you owe me money. I'm going to punch him. I'm going to get arrested. Something's going to happen because that's how bad it pissed me off. But that's my opinion on it. Everybody has that movie, I guess. I'm waiting for the next one that pisses me off like that. Freddy Got Fingered did, and I laughed a couple times, so I can't say it bothered me that much. It was shitty, but
you know what movie got me like that is Tales from the Hood Part 2 was fucking horrible.
I never seen that one yet. I heard
Tales from the Hood Part 2.
Yeah, it's on Netflix if you guys want to waste your time.
Oh, I'm good.
It's like I'm good. I'm out on that.
Fuck whoever made that.
We got Major League to watch now, baby.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
Next Saturday, Major League,
and it's gonna be our first comedy movie.
Charlie Sheen, HIV positive, baby. I'm HIV positive.
They cut him off. Charlie Sheen cut him off.
He got tiger blood.
I'm not bipolar. I'm bi winning. It's so crazy.
Tiger blood, baby.
I got tiger blood.
Oh shit! It's just
about this movie that we're gonna enjoy it.
Chris, You got to
Oh,
react.
wow.
You literally froze. You said I'm HIV, and then it just froze.
Yeah, you're like, oh, Chris, I didn't know. You didn't have to.
You know what? All three of you froze, but I could still hear your voice.
That's weird.
That's weird. So what did you?
I'm HIV positive that we're gonna love this movie.
Oh,
Oh, I already know. I've seen it multiple times.
yeah, I know this movie was funny.
When I can remember younger, like you feel, it's kind of like I want to say like a kind of like adrenaline. You know how you get hyped up a little bit, like as soon as the song plays and you know he's coming out, you're like, yeah. You get that feeling. That's how it was when I was younger watching this movie.
There's an episode of South Park where Cartman gets HIV and he responds to everything saying, "I'm not only positive, I'm HIV positive." And that's all I can think about now.
So yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Comedy movie, sports comedy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So our first sports movie.
Yeah, first sports and
first comedy.
Because I don't count Freddy Got Fingered as
No,
comedy.
Freddy Got Fingered. Yeah, true.
No, you don't count that as anything, any kind of movie.
You don't count that as nothing.
That's a dumpster on fire. That's what that is.
Oh man.
I still want to hunt Tom Green down and just punch him in the face.
I want to see that happen.
I swear to Christ, if I ever cross paths with him.
Well, he's traveling across the country. He might be coming to New York with his fucking band.
Yeah,
if he comes upstate, just like give him he'd like it too. He loves the attention.
Yeah, he does. He'd be like, you know who I am? Like,
yeah, and I'm gonna punch you.
Oh, he froze again, my friend. I'm
You know what
HIV
happened?
positive that you froze again.
You want to know what happened? He jinxed it last episode.
Doing the
Doing the fake freeze.
Yeah, you froze again, Chris. You jinxed it last. James said you jinxed it last episode when you did the fake freeze. You tricked me.
Can you not see me now? What's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, I can see you now. You're good.
Yeah,
but you froze again earlier. So should we wrap it up before he completely disappears?
Yeah,
we could.
Just like now with the peace sign. Oh, that's his goodbye. Peace.
If everybody wants to do their plugs, I mean, let's go right ahead and.
That's a good place to wrap it up.
Do those.
Deep Focus Cinema podcast.
Well, go ahead.
I'm probably doing like multiple podcasts tomorrow. I think I'm doing one in the morning. So I'm going to be doing, what was it? I forget, but it's a sci-fi movie. And then I'm doing the last part of my top 100.
Awesome.
So we're doing the top 10.
Wow, busy man.
Oh,
so, yeah. Tune in for that. It'd be like 4 hours. The last one was 4 hours 40 minutes. So
yeah, I popped in the a few
and you saw
times.
a little bit of it.
Yeah, I was like, damn. I was like, this is still going.
It's like you go to work, you come back. Holy shit, they're still on it.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah. Hey, you enjoy it.
Oh, I'm doing Starship Troopers review tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna be talking about that. Yep. Deep Focus Cinema podcast. Just
Yes, go
wherever
check
your
it out.
podcasts
And it'll
are
be
sold.
down below in the comments, people. It's up there in the descriptions if you're watching it live. That too.
You'll see me here, Popcorn and Pints, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll also see me Tuesday and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, live with Horror Source 30.
Chris, you'll of course see me on Popcorn and Pints Saturdays at 9, and whenever we decide to record other episodes for Random Things, Stories from a Bar is the main podcast. I'm recording. I've been taking a little break over the holidays, recording a new episode not next weekend, so in 2 weeks. Trying to fit in some more stuff. I've dialed stuff back from the in-person stuff out of an abundance of caution, so I'm trying to crank some stuff out over Zoom. So hopefully I'll have a lot more content coming soon. But Stories from a Bar, you can find it on all your major podcast platforms. And of course, the Z Network, baby.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, it's Source 30. And you can find me on Horror Research 30 on Facebook. I have a Facebook group and a Facebook page. Feel free to share anything and everything horror related on the page, the group. Just give that a like. That's where you're going to see a lot of content, episodes, and what the fuck is going on with Search 30. Also, live on Horror Research 30, Tuesdays and Thursdays on Facebook, as well as Twitch, horror_with_sir_30 with James. And the next movie we're reviewing this Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, is actually The Blob from the 80s. So tune in if anybody wants to be a guest and jump on with us. shoot me an email, horrorsturdy@gmail.com, or shoot me a message and we'll make it happen. Also, as you guys know, I'm part of Popcorn and Pints, which is every Saturday at 9:00 Eastern time. And we're going to be doing Major League next week, which is going to be
fucking Major League, baby.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. I'm sure we're all going to say something very immature and inappropriate. I know I am. I'm expecting at least Chris to.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, we'll be drinking and you'll see what else. Just tune in. Just tune in to Popcorn and Pints. We actually talk some fun stuff behind the scenes that you will see on on some episodes. So just be on the lookout for us as a whole unit on Popcorn and Pints and the Z Network, and us as individual entities or whatever you want to call it. Go check out Ibrahim, Deep Focus Cinema Podcast. Go check out Chris, Stories from a Bar, and you'll see me and James on Horror Research 30. And go check out the whole Z Network as well. Everyone else on the Z Network, go check that out. And we all put out some very dope content.
Yep, not just podcast related. We got all kinds of people.
Yeah, we're
checking out the Z Network,
pushing some stuff, in the near future. And actually, there's going to be some exclusive horror things on the Z Network coming up very soon. So be on the lookout for that. I'm no longer going to be putting episodes of Horror Study up on the Z Network because I'm going to start putting exclusive content on the Z Network that's horror related. I just feel like it'll make more sense. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for popping by. Get some Snoop wine. Sponsors, we're still looking for you guys. Blue Chew, holla at your boys. Chew, chew, chew. Bang, 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 bang. Rest in peace, John Witherspoon. Popcorn and Pints. We're out.
Cheers.
Cheers. Motherfuckers.